Hi, everybody. My name's Tina Davis. I've been asked by a few people to if I would record a little bit about my story, so I thought I would do that today. And so here I go. So basically, my story it's a sad one. It's not a normal story actually. Um, I think I'm a little bit detached from it because it was so devastating to me and my kids. So what happened was 2.5 years ago, David and I, my husband, were doing very, very well. David and I sold high-end real estate, and we were business partners, and we were best friends, and my lover, obviously. And anyhow, when the recession hit, it hit us pretty hard. Real estate went down the tubes. So David and I struggled. Luckily, we had some financial money saved up, and David and I were able to survive for about a year. However, it was still really stressful for both of us, not being able to work. And I believe because of the stress, I ended up getting sick. July of 2010, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I went through chemotherapy, and then I went through surgery, and that was quite a task. Dave watched me through the whole thing, and it was probably one of the most monstrous experiences I have ever gone through. But at the same, it was it was a journey for me. I learned a lot about myself and lost pretty much everything. I lost um, a lot. And I had a year to look at a lot of things, and including all the material things that David and I had accumulated. So in that year that David and I went through chemo together, he was there with me, as was my daughter Michelle and my other girls. Um, uh, it was again quite a challenge. As you can see, it's still a little bit uncomfortable for me to think about it. Because it was just like a really ugly part of my life. But anyhow, so I went through all of that, and then when it came time to have my surgery again, my husband was very supportive. Family was really supportive as well. Had my surgery, and well, I had my surgery in May of 2011, and come August of 2011, a few months later, um, Dave and I had just lost the house and we moved to an apartment. And we're really, really grateful that I got through the surgery and through breast cancer and chemo. And we thought, you know what, as long as we have our health, that's all that matters. Um, Come August, Dave was diagnosed with small cell lung cancer, and Dave passed away 5 weeks later. Of course, that left me and Michelle devastated. It was just terrible to witness such a strong, beautiful man uh, just dwindle down in 5 week period. But again, I was very grateful that I was able to take care of my husband in his last days, and I felt that it was a gift from God that he chose me to take care of my husband. And I honored that gift, and I honored my husband. And um, God was gracious enough to allow David to die in my arms, which was the most beautiful experience I've ever had. And very, really, really grateful for that. So next thing you know, that happened, and of course, once Dave passed away, we had to deal with the shock of what happened, and we did, and the grieving process was really, really heavy for me and my daughters, and so just as I thought that I was getting through this process, I began to feel ill again myself. Now, mind you, through this year of being in my grieving process, I sought out support groups. I went to grieving support groups. I sought out individual counseling. I read every book that I can get my hands on because I knew that I had to stay in a positive place in order for my cancer not to return. And I did everything in my power to help me get through this. However, there's almost so much you can do with, so much loss, and grieving my buddy, So with that being said, again, I felt a lump on my neck and went to the doctor, and this past July, ironically a year later, and doctors diagnosed me after several tests with stage 4 cancer. The cancer now is in my lymph nodes in my neck, and I'm undergoing some treatment right now, but again, it's left my family devastated. I'm in a good place with all of it because I believe that I'm on the journey, and I believe that I'm being healed as we speak. I honestly believe that from the bottom of my heart. And, I've had to really look at a lot of things. I've lost everything. I lost my home. In the middle of that happening, we lost our 2-year-old German Shepherd, Nina, of cancer as well. I lost Nina. I lost a part of my body. I lost my hair. I had to look at, just basically being stripped of everything. I lost my husband, my buddy, my partner, my business, my home that David and I worked so hard for. All the things that surrounded us, all the material things that, we worked so hard for, we lost all those things too. But, I lost my sense of security. I lost my belief system was gone. I didn't know what I believed anymore. All I know is I was just alive and breathing and but I made it. I've made it through. And today I believe that I'm here for a reason. I believe that there's different purposes why I'm here. I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had, although they've been very, very difficult to endure. Watching my kids go through all of these things has probably been the hardest for me because as a mother, you want the best for your kids. Watching my family go through this has been really hard for me too. I think that I'm in a better place than my family, actually. My heart goes out to all of them, but God is really, really taking care of me. I believe my mother's watching me. I know for sure that my husband has been taking care of me since day one that he passed away. If it wasn't for my husband helping me through the grieving process, I don't believe I'd be here. Dr. Wayne Dyer, all of his books, I've read so many of his books, have helped me tremendously. When I was first diagnosed with cancer again, I told myself, how could that be possible? I did all the right things and I still got it. I don't understand what happened to, positive thinking and manifesting the good things and this and that. And I had a moment of clarity and I thought, wow, you know what? All of the things that I did do did help me because I'm alive. And that was a really big moment for me, really big moment for me. I'm not the same person that I was when I was, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm not the same woman. That's why I changed my name on Facebook. I've always hated my name, Ernestina. And I've always said Tina Hermosillo Davis. And my name is Ernestina Hermosillo Davis. That's who I am. And I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be on this journey. I know that I know because I know that I'm on a long journey here. And God has some things in store for me and for all of you that are watching. You're on my journey too. This journey is not just for me and me alone. You're in it with me. And the reason why I know that you're in it with me and you're supposed to be with me is because you're watching my video. And also, those people that have watched my first video on the breast cancer and the fundraiser that my family's kindly supported me with, you're in my journey too. And the fact that you have forwarded all of that, the video to other people tells me that you're supposed to be in this journey as well. Why? I don't know. You have your answers and I have mine. You have your purpose and I have mine. All I know is my journey is beautiful. It's painful. I call it growing pains, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I like the person that I've become. I like the person that I am. I'm grateful for who I am. I continue to work on myself, and I will continue to do so. I've had some moments of clarity in the past week of things that I'm supposed to do, and this is one of them, the video, and you'll be seeing a lot more. I expect to at one point make a video soon letting you all know that I healed 100%. Thank you again for asking about my story and for listening and for taking the time and sending your donations and sending me an email or calling me or so forwarding this to a friend. I greatly appreciate it. And so I guess I'm going to end it. I'm going to end this really quick with another quote from Dr. Wayne Dyer. Like I said, Dr. Wayne Dyer has saved my life. Dr. Wayne Dyer says, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. I'm going to share something with you as I grab my recorder. Probably about 6 years ago, I probably would have not paid attention to my grandchild had he would have requested for us to keep this Christmas tree that you're going to be seeing behind me. It is January the 11th, and the Christmas tree is still up. And it's not coming down until Santa wants it down. And people have come over and asked, why do you have the Christmas tree up still? And according to my grandson, because I'm in his world, he's not in mine. And I thought that was just beautiful because that's the way he sees life, that I'm in his world and his world is perfect and Christmas is every day. So in my home, Christmas is every day for my grandson. 10 years ago, I would have stripped the Christmas tree down and just gone with the Joneses because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Christmas is gone. It's a material thing and you just put everything away. Not in my home. In my home, Christmas is every day. And I allow my grandson to keep these ornaments until he is ready to put the ornaments away. And that's part of change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. Thank you for listening. God bless all of you, and I will have another video shortly. God bless.